28 years later. Or should this film actually be called 18 years later? Because that's precisely how long fans of this zombie horror franchise have been patiently waiting since the credits rolled on 28 weeks later. Here's the tea. Decades after the rage virus, a family's futile peace in an isolated safe zone is shattered when a desperate journey to the mainland forces them to confront terrifying infected in a world still defined by chaos. The opening scene is very reminiscent of the other films in this franchise, to where chaos starts almost immediately. As far as the visual effects, I did like how they used like this red filter on certain shots, and it made the zombies and the people just look really cool. The way it was shot, though, I'm not a big fan of because it was shot a lot on an iPhone and it gives like the shaky camera that it gave like the found footage feel. It's interesting to see how they live versus like the mainland, but one issue that I have with this film is the mainland when they do go is not as crazy as I expected. I expected a lot more of like 28 weeks later craziness because the mainland is supposed to be like uncontained, uncontrolled as to where their little island is like protected and controlled. They have this low frequency rumble that happens a lot throughout the movie, and it's supposed to create that like dread and like sense of like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. But honestly, it just pissed me off. The pacing of this film seems very slow. There's a lot of dialogue and a lot of build up of the island civilization versus the mainland civilization. I wasn't a big fan of that. I feel like in zombie movies, yes, obviously we need a good story, but in zombie movies, I expect a lot of action, a lot of gore, and we just didn't get as much action as and gore as I expected, or even as much action and gore as the other two films that we're used to. So I was very disappointed in that, especially after watching 28 weeks later. I needed more chaos. I needed the mainland to be like hell for them, and it just wasn't. So overall, 28 years later, it was simply not an enjoyable watch for me. Despite some interesting ideas, I was frequently left confused by critical character choices in the script and the creative decisions made by the director. I was honestly so ready for this film to be over, and for me, it lands on a 1.5 stars out of 5. And to be frank, this was the worst 2025 film I've seen this year, and I've seen a lot. Like and subscribe.